So this is one of my newer heads, and she has shorter hair, so obviously she's really a great model to show a lot of the mother of the bride looks. I know that's kind of my generation, and a lot of my friends just like, oh, my daughter's engaged, and they start growing out their hair. When I have a client with not a lot of hair and fine hair and thin hair, I like to manipulate it as little as possible. So if she comes into the salon for her trial, I will have her put in mousse and just shake it and air dry it. I want to see what the natural texture is, and if she's asking for a photo that has a lot of texture to it, I don't want to manipulate the hair too much and then try to add texture. I want to see what she has. Maybe I'll use a diffuser. And so right now I'm going to go in with a curling iron and just add some more texture, and then I will build out a look just as I would on a real person. So we would have that infamous discussion about how she wants the front. Now right here, it's kind of coming in naturally, and I would follow this on a real client, like what's going on naturally, and I wouldn't all of a sudden go in there and try to curl it backwards. If she's gonna want some fringe and I see a natural bend going in that direction, I'm gonna work with enhancing that, what I just saw, because you always want the client to feel like herself. Especially when you're working on a middle-aged woman or an older woman, and it's a lot of anxiety for the moms. You know, they don't possibly get dressed up a lot, and there's going to be relatives there and maybe an ex-husband there, and you know, have they started to lose weight for the day, and they want to be sexy and attractive, and you want to enhance. So here again, natural, it's kicking up that way on this side. I'm going to kick up with it. So you want to enhance their you know, their natural look. So I always find out what and how does she wear her hair every day, and I don't want to take her too far away from her everyday hair. And I also don't want her to come out looking like she's going to the prom. So I don't curl every single piece. I want it to be curled and beautiful, but more effortless looking, more natural. This is exactly how I would do it on a real client. I would not be using a comb or a brush. Again, where is that natural bend going? Go right in with that natural bend. I would discuss any fringe. I would discuss what level of softness and discuss height so that she's happy with the front and the height. So we're gonna go for, I'm just gonna say something about all the Xinyangs. A Xinyang on a 20 or 30 something year old could be beautiful and sexy. A Xingyang on an older client or bride can go matronly. So even if she brings me in the Xingyang picture, I'm going to tell her that. I'm going to tell me about your dress, and I might encourage her to lift up the hairstyle a little bit so she doesn't look too old. I'm just going to give her a little bit of crown height. Most people, as they age, the hair thins out in the temple area. Right now I'm leaving a fringe of a natural hairline, and I'm teasing behind it. I'm going to work with the client on getting the fullness and the height that she wants right in this area. And basically I'm taking a section that is the size of a large hot roller in a sense. And what I'm seeing is a really pretty curl right there. Don't want to disturb it too much. Just want to get... So what I'm doing is just think of it as a really loose barrel curl. So in a sense, it's just a really loose barrel curl. I'm not gonna get my ends inside of it because I need as much hair as I can have, right? Here, then here, then here, then here, to maintain my balance. Dealing with a lot of gravity here. We're on top of the head. The hair's not really long. It's not really heavy. Not going to brush it out too much. It's not the look that we're going for. Again, I'm going to let the hair kind of talk to me. All right, I want to just continue to build up nice fullness in the crown. Think about where these ends might live. Do you think you need them? Do you not need them? Spread that barrel curl out a little bit. Remember, we're going for loose and sexy. And always pin. I always have the head of the bobby pin always scrapes across my thumb wherever I'm holding the hair. All being built on base because there's not a lot of hair. So distance equals length. You drag the hair, you're using up length. And there's no right or wrong. You are playing, and try not to get too tight. Try not to get too tight, too perfect. This back, depending on, you could just do a French twist. You could just completely, do something like that and tuck it up. It depends on what she wants. Back here, obviously, if we're gonna go with a look that I find super fast, is I split it in middle and I crisscross. Not you don't get to ask about neck fringe always, but don't get too pulling on it. Don't get too perfect. That feels saggy. Pop that up. Find a spot. You want to do twisties and pulls. Just go in here and kind of pinch these together. They're feeling a little like they're falling apart. In here is where I would go a little bit tighter because we're going sexy. We don't want vintage dip. We have that, we have that. Could go there with that, that's pretty. Also, as I'm looking straight on, you've got fullness here and there needs to be something there possibly. Always taking all inventory of your balance. Gonna tuck it because what I need is hair here for bulk, I don't need dippy hair. I still got all this. So by tightening the bottom, it's giving me more hair here to work with, right? I'm to do something a little bit, you know, I'm gonna throw a braid in here. It's the thing. A lot of these moms want to have a braid, and it doesn't mean their whole head has to be in a braid. Braids really can be very juvenile looking, and to give her a braid, but to keep it not looking like a bride, but to keep her looking more like a mother of the bride. Love it when you do something unique and make them smile and they get a kick out of it. And this is where I would stand her up with the mirror, and we would look at it from all angles.